get a 17-point lead at halftime, sort of maintain that throughout the second half. Overall thoughts on how your team played today?
I thought we started out, I thought we played a very good first half. We really thought we played really good team basketball the first half. Defensively, our communication was on point. Our girls executed the game plan, and one of the things we talked about in the locker room is that we made the extra pass. And we knocked down shots, and I thought Mallory Singleton was huge in knocking down some of the shots she did, and Keena in our transition game knocked down some shots, knocked down some threes. But the key with Mal knocking down those shots is it stretches the defense. Those post players got to come out. They can't sit there and sag and help on Akil, and that allows Akil to play one-on-one. And their post players are good size. They're lengthy post players. Now we've got to. It's still the kind of the tale of two halves. The fact I don't like the fact that we played them even the second half, and that's it's interesting because when coaches they get a 17-point lead, you love it, but then you worry about it because sometimes it's kind of the kiss of death because your team, even though you talk about it, they talk about it, you don't want to relax, but they still they come out with a different type of energy, and that's I just felt like we just couldn't quite get the transition going. We didn't hit our shots as much, and we weren't as energized as we were the first half.
You had 15 points when you played them up there at their place. Tonight you had 15 at halftime on, I think it was 6 fewer shots. What was different either about the way you approached it or the way they defended you tonight?
I think it's just getting in my rhythm early. I didn't really force shots at the beginning, and just playing them before, kind of knowing what they're going to do this time around. And like I said, just getting my shots when I can.
Akil and Mallory combined for 29 points, or at least the last stat sheet I saw. Talk about how much that helps you get open on the outside and being able to knock down threes.
It helps a lot. I mean, Akil, pretty consistent every game, as y'all can see. And like Ronda said, Mallory did some good things today, and it just makes it easier on me when I don't really have to score, I say, as much when we can get it going from the inside too.
You talked about the defense, especially in the first half. The 22 points you gave up at halftime, tied for the second fewest in any game this year. What was the key to your defensive approach to this game?
I thought our girls did a fantastic job of executing the game plan. I really do. I asked them in our pregame talk, before I even started talking about the game, I asked them, I said, what did you talk about as far as what it's going to take to win this game? And the first thing Akil said was to be on the same page defensively. And a lot of times you don't realize if there's just one miscommunication or two people go with one player, how many times you end up paying for it. And I really think they did a great job of communicating. I thought we closed out well. I thought we guarded their post player. She never really got going. Randolph. Lovett didn't really get going. She was 0 for 7. We closed out on her. I thought KP did a good job on her. So, that's it. They're down your end in the first half. Your kids are down at your end, so you can help them through that. The second half, they gotta figure it out. But I thought defensively we did a good job. We were on point there.
You now have back-to-back wins after getting out of a 3-game skid. What's the biggest difference between the last 2 games and the previous 3 games before that?
You got it, Coach.
Well, there's a little to be said for, we also played Louisville, who was ranked number 5. Rutgers on the road, who's cracked the top 25. So those were teams that we had to really play for 40 minutes, and we didn't do that. I thought at Houston, we were a little more explosive coming out, and we finished. Today we got a big enough lead where we were able to hold on because we didn't play our best basketball the second half. We didn't get those leads against Rutgers and against Louisville and that. And we played Temple this weekend, and when we came out against Temple when we played them, and we came out, we got a 10-point lead just like that. then before you can blink an eye, that 10-point lead is gone. They go on like a 10-0 run. And they shot the heck out of the basketball when we played them. They pose problems for teams because it's hard to zone them consistently because they got a number of guards that can shoot the three and extend you, but yet they're very, very quick to match up with. So, it'll be interesting this Saturday. I think our girls, you're playing for pride. You're playing to move up in the standings, and so there's really a lot on this game on Saturday.
In the game on Saturday, do you think they're going to be more of a defensive threat or an offensive threat?
Well, last time we played them, they were certainly an offensive threat because they hit some unbelievable threes. And the thing about it is it's not just one or two players. They got all starting three guards, and then their first guard sub off the bench can shoot the three. So it really makes you really got to sit down and you got to really be on point with your defense. You got to be quick to rotate. I mean, they're shooting the ball very well right now. So I think we'll our girls will be ready. But I mean, they remember what happened in that game. So you're playing at home, you're playing in front of your crowd. So I'm sure they'll be ready.
Your defense was pretty equal between the first and second half. Cincinnati shot 34% in the first half, 33% in the second half. Offensively, you went 50% in the first half and 34% in the second. Was there fatigue or just change in focus, or was there an adjustment in the Cincinnati defense that changed the way you guys shot in the second half?
I think this goes back to just our energy. When things were going good in the first half, we kind of had the momentum, and we just fed off each other, and we're playing really well in the first half. And the second half, we couldn't really get it going, and when we did, it was just little spurts, and turnovers would happen, so we would kind of lose that energy that we had. But we just have to be better for Saturday.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.